So yesterday we had the tax information come out about Donald Trump, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in it. I talked about it before. The New York Times has it. By the way, Fox News is talking about nonstop about how did they get how did they get the return? How did they get this information? Did they steal it from Donald Trump? No, they leaked it. They leaked it. Anyway, so there's a lot of different points that they found out, as a result of these. I'm going to call it a leak, but I don't know for sure. And so Trump paid no federal income taxes 11 out of 18 years. In 2017, 2016, he paid $750. $750. You and I, we all paid more in taxes. As some people have pointed out, a couple vials of insulin are, people pay more for their insulin per month than they did how much Donald Trump paid a year in taxes. I mean, it's a slap in the face. And he paid actually more taxes to other countries than America. So he literally funded other countries, their governments, over the United States. So what? The United States I thought it was supposed to be, America, number one, right? America first. No, it's more like America fourth. I mean, it's insane that he gets away with this, and it's because our laws, of course, are corrupt. They allow people to do this kind of stuff, and it's ridiculous. But some of the stuff that he used that is legal as a result of our system is just crazy. That allows him to do that. For example, he reduced his tax bill by 70. I think he received a $72.9 million tax refund. The IRS is now looking into that, and let's see. His deductions included aircraft and $70,000 in hairstyling. $70,000. That hair, that ain't worth $70,000. Why are we as taxpayers picking up that tab? Because look, I know it's not directly taxpayer funded, but the less Donald Trump pays into taxes, understand, the more we end up paying in taxes to cover the shortfall that these supposed billionaires are not paying. Not worth $70,000. No, that's like me being like, you know what I'm gonna do? Since I do this show, I'm just gonna deduct for this year alone. Let's say I deduct $2,000 for hair. I don't have hair. Doesn't matter. Apparently, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can make weird deductions like that. There's more. Ivanka Trump, and this could land her in big trouble, because this is clear tax fraud. Ivanka Trump received consulting fees. So, wait, so the Trump organization, they give her money, write it off as a consulting fee for the business. That money stays in the family, so in a way it's kind of like an inheritance, okay? And again, the government, our government, the people end up getting deprived, and they save, lots and lots of money. You also have foreign sources. Okay, Donald Trump has received money from foreign sources. Who those foreign sources are? Now, they made a big point about saying, well, it doesn't reveal any previously unreported connections to Russia. Yeah, unreported. There still are connections as far as they received a lot of money from Russian billionaires. And again, for me, I don't think that he really cares which billionaires are giving him money, as long as he's getting money from somebody. Again, he's getting, he was getting millions of dollars in rental fees from the Saudis. And he's like, I love the Saudis. They buy my condos. Oh, okay, they do. Great. So, like, he doesn't care. And what's funny is that he'll be the first one to say, they're terrorists. Because they're Muslims. The Muslims are bad. We got to ban them from the country. Again, in his first year, he tried doing a Muslim ban. And kept trying to do it. But never banned from Saudi Arabia. The guy is driven wholly by self-interest and money. Are we sure it was hairstyling and not failed hair restoration? That is a good question, Tia. The entire Trump family belongs in prison. Yeah. I'll agree with that. So, not only that, but again, here's the other thing. This is why Donald Trump doesn't want to leave. He's got bills due. Okay? Not only is there a lot of investigations into his finances at the state level, but you also have these loans, $300 million loans that Donald Trump has from foreign sources, or it could be foreign, it could be domestic sources. We don't necessarily know whom he owes money to, but they are coming due. You think he has that money? With how stupid and incompetent he is? No, he doesn't have the money. So why not become an authoritarian dictator just to avoid your bills? Trump can't do business with U.S. banks. That's why he does business with Russian banks. Because Russian banks are like, ha ha ha, you idiot. Ha. Okay, yeah, we'll give you money and then we'll come break your kneecaps if we don't get it. Because that's how the Russian banks do things. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is clear tax avoidance, tax evasion. And you have people going to prison for less. Yes, Talon's Pride. He banned only the places that he was not doing business at. Absolutely. Very, very true. $72.9 million tax refund. I mean, my God, man. Could you imagine what you could do with that? $420 million in debt. I doubt he's going to be one to toke up on that. Just interesting number. No wonder he, by the way, wants to, get rid of the IRS. Because the IRS has been fighting him on that $72.9 million loan. Or, I'm sorry, not loan, refund. Think about that. We have a president domestic banks won't even touch. You're absolutely right. And then lavish spending. $70,000 to style his hair. Jesus. $100,000 paid to a favorite hair and makeup artist of Ivanka Trump. And somehow he can write that off. Consulting fees are really interesting as well. The fees reduce taxes because companies are able to write them off as a business expense, explains the New York Times. Trump collected $5 million on a hotel deal in Azerbaijan, for example, and reported $1.1 million in consulting fees. In Dubai, there was a $630,000 fee on $3 million worth of income. Since 2010, Mr. Trump has written off since $26 million in such fees. And those consulting fees, she was, let's see. Yep. She was paid, Ivanka Trump was paid $747,622 for hotel projects in Hawaii and Vancouver. Ivanka's public disclosures say that she got an identical amount through a consulting company that she co-owned. This is their way of keeping the money in the family. That's exactly what they're doing. The other part of this that was interesting as well is how, again, going back to how incompetent Donald Trump is. Trump made a combined $427.4 million from selling his image, even though a lot of his money ended up being lost because of his terrible property management and a lot of golf courses. I mean, he has, what is it, a collection of more than 500 entities, business entities, um, that have, basically had huge, huge losses. At some point, again, and this is why his losses were so bad. It was over $900 million in losses that allowed him to not pay income taxes for like 15 years. It's amazing. It really is. My God. It's a grift. It's a grift. And he's living large. While again, you and I made this point earlier, where Donald Trump, again, doesn't pay any, barely pays any income taxes, right? And got a gigantic refund from the government. And yet, you and I, us regular people, some of us ended up getting a $1,200 COVID check. And then our taxes, as a result of Donald Trump's tax shenanigans, in some cases were raised by the Republicans because of the elimination of the state and local tax deduction, the SALT tax. And then, and then all the other, trickery that he's done to try to save money for himself and his family. All while, again, we suffer from COVID and then get nothing, barely any relief, while the corporations get just trillions of dollars.